Deep in the darkest corners of space, where stars fear to shine and time itself twists in fear, something impossible happened. Alarms screamed across every alien ship in the galaxy. Red lights flashed. Voices shouted in panic. A tiny ship had appeared in the Forbidden Zone, a place no living thing ever entered and came out alive. Sensors said it was real, but the laws of physics screamed it was impossible. The ship was small, sleek, marked with a strange symbol, a blue planet with rings. Human. Just one word sent shivers through the greatest minds of the galaxy. Humans. The race everyone whispered about in dark corners. The ones who broke rules. The ones who survived everything. And now one of their ships sat calm in the heart of death itself. Welcome to Starbound Valor HFY, the channel where humans rise, galaxies tremble, and legends are born in the void. If you love stories of human strength, unbreakable will, and epic sci-fi battles that make your heart race, you are in the right place. Hit that subscribe button now, turn on notifications, and join the valor. Because today, everything changes. One human ship just breached the unbreakable. And the galaxy will never be the same. The Forbidden Zone stretched like a scar across the stars. For millions of years, every species agreed, stay away. Inside waited black holes that ate light, time storms that aged ships to dust in seconds, ghost fleets of dead civilizations drifting forever. No map worked there. No shield held. Ships that tried vanished. The few that returned came back mad, babbling about voices that knew their secrets. The Galaxy Council banned all travel. Laws were written in stone. Break them, and your whole world paid the price. But rules mean nothing to humans. The signal came without warning. One moment, empty space. The next, a blip on every scanner in the quadrant. Small ship. Human design. No warp trail. No jump signature. It just appeared. Like it stepped out of nowhere. Engineers on alien bridges stared at screens, mouths open. Impossible, they whispered in 100 languages. The zone does not allow entry. Yet there it was. Floating peaceful. Lights on. Engines cold. No weapons charged. Just waiting. Panic spread fast. The council called an emergency session. Tall insect-like diplomats clicked in fear. Furry ambassadors shook their manes. Cold machine minds calculated odds. All bad. It must be a trick, one said. A probe. A weapon in disguise. Another argued, or a ghost. The zone sends ghosts sometimes. But deep down they all knew. Humans did not send ghosts. Humans sent warnings. Or conquests. Scout drones launched from the nearest fleet. Tiny machines raced toward the intruder. They got close. Too close. The human ship did nothing. No defense fire. No shields flared. The drones scanned. Hull intact. No damage from the zone storms. Life signs, 1. Just one human inside. Breathing calm. Heart steady. Like they were on vacation. The council watched the feed in silence. A young human appeared on screen when hailed. Short hair. Simple uniform. Eyes sharp. He smiled. A small, confident smile that made billion-credit admirals feel small. Greetings, he said in perfect trade tongue. No accent. No delay. We came to talk. The aliens froze. How did he know their language? How did he know their codes? The silence stretched. Then the human spoke again. Soft. Calm. Deadly certain. Your forbidden zone is not forbidden to us. We have been here before. Many times. Gasps echoed through the council chamber. Sensors spiked. The zone itself seemed to listen. Energy pulses rippled from the depths, like something old and hungry woke up. The human ship sat still. Waiting. One ship against the galaxy. And yet, for the first time in eons, the galaxy felt afraid. What secrets did this human carry? What power let one small ship break every law of space? And why now? Why today? The answer would shake reality itself. Stay tuned. The story has just begun. The galaxy's strongest fleet surrounded the tiny human ship like wolves circling a lone deer. Hundreds of massive warships bristled with cannons that could crack planets. They locked weapons on the intruder. Shields hummed with full power. Engines roared, ready for battle. Every captain waited for the order to fire. But the human ship did nothing. It floated calm in the center. Lights steady. No shields raised. No guns charged. It just waited, like it knew something they did not. Alarms still rang from the first appearance. The council chamber boiled with chaos. Voices shouted over each other in panic. "Destroy it now!" one insect admiral clicked sharply. "Before it unleashes whatever humans unleash." A furry diplomat shook his thick mane. "We talk first. We must know why it came." Cold machine minds ran calculations. Destruction high chance. Survival low if we fight. But fear pushed harder than logic. The order went out: surround and demand answers. All communication channels opened wide. A deep alien voice boomed across the void. "Unknown vessel. Identify yourself. State your purpose in the Forbidden Zone. You have 10 seconds before we fire." Silence stretched long. 10 seconds became 20. Then 30. No response at first. Then a calm human voice answered. Clear and without fear. "Lower your guns. We mean no harm. Yet." That single word, "yet," cut like a knife through the fleet. Aliens exchanged uneasy glances. "Yet." What did that mean? The human kept speaking. "My name is Captain Elias Kane. This is the vessel Odyssey. We come in peace. But if you fire, we will defend ourselves." Defend. One word against an entire armada. Some aliens laughed in disbelief. Others felt ice in their veins. Old stories whispered about humans. Single ships that took down fleets. Humans who laughed at death. The council hesitated. One brave captain stepped forward. A tall insect named Zorak moved his cruiser closer. Too close. His ship dwarfed the small human vessel. He opened a direct hail. The visual feed connected. There stood Captain Kane again. Young face. Sharp eyes. That same small, confident smile. "Captain Kane," Zorak said, mandibles clicking with tension. "You trespass in forbidden space. Explain how you entered. No ship survives the anomalies." Elias Kane looked straight into the camera. "We did not trespass. We walked in. The zone's storms. We know their patterns. The black holes. We skirt their edges. Your physics call it impossible. Ours calls it a challenge." Zorak's crew shifted nervously behind him. "Lies," one officer whispered. But the scans told the truth. The human ship showed no burn marks. No radiation scars. It looked fresh from a peaceful dock. "You speak our language perfectly," Zorak pressed harder. "How?" Kane gave a light shrug. "We listen. We learn. Humans are good at that." The alien captain felt anger mix with fear. "You mock us." "No," Kane replied softly. "I warn you. The zone holds things older than your empires. Things that wake when disturbed. We came because something is stirring. Something hungry." A sudden chill swept through every bridge. Sensors pinged urgently. Deep in the zone, faint energy spikes appeared. Like slow heartbeats. Massive. Waking up. Zorak leaned closer to the screen. "What do you want from us?" Kane's smile faded. His face turned serious. "To talk. Face to face. Bring your leaders. See what we see. Or stay blind and let the old darkness come for everyone." The feed flickered for a second. Then it returned. "Your forbidden zone," Kane said quietly, "is not forbidden to us. We have been here before. Many times." Gasps filled the council chamber. Many times. Impossible. The zone erased explorers. It swallowed them whole. Yet this human spoke like he had history in that place. Proof. He offered none. But his voice carried heavy certainty. Like truth written in unbreakable stone. The council argued fiercely. Attack and risk war with unknown human strength? Or talk and risk falling into a trap? Time ran short. The energy spikes grew stronger. A massive shadow stirred in the dark, bigger than any fleet. Zorak made the decision. We will meet. One ship only. Neutral coordinates. No weapons drawn. Kane nodded once. Agreed. Coordinates sent. As the alien delegation prepared to move, fear twisted with strange wonder. One small ship. One calm human captain. And the entire galaxy held its breath. What secrets did he carry? What power let him stand so unafraid against them all? The answer waited just beyond the next meeting. And it would shake the stars themselves. The first contact had begun. But no one knew if peace or war would follow. The alien scouts stared in silence at their screens. The human ship moved in ways that broke every rule they knew. No visible engines flared. No exhaust trails burned. It simply glided forward, bending space around itself like water around a stone. Scanners screamed errors. Reality readings flickered. The ship was not pushing through space. Space was moving for it. On the council bridges, voices dropped to whispers. "What kind of drive is that?" one machine mind asked in flat tones. No answer came, because no one had seen anything like it. Captain Zorak's cruiser stayed closest. His crew watched every detail. The human vessel showed perfect calm. No heat spikes. No energy leaks. Just smooth, impossible motion. Deep fear settled in their chests. Humans had always been strange. But this was something else. Something dangerous. Back in the council chamber, old records played on giant screens. Ancient warnings from millions of years ago. The Forbidden Zone was not just empty danger. It held secrets left by a long-dead race. A race that tried to control time and space. They built machines to fold reality. Portals. Weapons. Things that could rewrite existence. But the machines turned hungry. They ate their creators. The survivors sealed the zone with every law and barrier they had. "Never enter," the final message said. "Never wake what sleeps." Yet now something had woken, and a human ship floated at its heart. The council sent a tight beam message to Captain Kane. "Show us proof, or we end this now." The reply came fast. A data packet arrived. Clean. No viruses. They opened it carefully. A simple map appeared. Not their maps. Better. Clear lines through the chaos of the zone. Paths around black holes. Safe jumps past time storms. Portals marked in glowing blue. Humans had charted the unchartable. "We learned its secrets," Kane's voice said over the feed. "The first time we came, we almost died. But we survived. We studied. We fixed what was broken." Fixed. The word hung heavy. Aliens looked at each other. The zone was not meant to be fixed. It was meant to stay locked. One furry ambassador spoke softly. "If humans can tame the zone, what else can they tame?" No one answered. They feared the answer. Suddenly, sensors lit up again. Strange energy pulsed from deep inside the zone. Slow waves rolled toward the human ship. Like a heartbeat. Like a call. The pulses touched the Odyssey. The small ship glowed for a second. Then it answered. A matching pulse went back. Gentle. Controlled. The aliens watched in horror. The zone was talking to the human ship. And the ship talked back. Captain Kane appeared on screen once more. His face serious now. No smile. "The zone is alive in ways you never understood. It remembers. It waits. And something inside is stirring because we returned." Returned. That word again. Many times, he had said before. Now it felt heavier. Zorak leaned forward. "What did you find in there?" Kane paused. Then he spoke quiet words that chilled every listener. "We found the heart. The old machines. The ones your ancestors feared. They sleep no more." Gasps filled the bridges. The council chamber went dead silent. Then Kane continued. "But we did not wake them to destroy. We woke them to learn. And we learned how to command them." Command. The word echoed like thunder. Aliens gripped their chairs. If humans commanded the ancient machines, if they controlled the zone's power, then no fleet, no empire, no law could stop them. Energy readings spiked higher. The pulses grew faster. Something massive shifted in the dark. A shadow bigger than worlds began to form on long-range scans. Old, angry, hungry. Kane looked straight at the camera. Your scouts saw our ship. Now see what we carry. A small door on the Odyssey slid open. Slow, silent. A figure stepped out onto the hull. Tall, clad in black armor that drank light. No helmet. Just a face, calm, human, unafraid. The figure raised one hand. A faint glow appeared around it. The energy pulses from the zone bent toward the hand, like a pet coming to its master. The aliens stared. No one spoke. The armored figure turned toward Zorak's ship. A voice came over the open channel. Deep, steady, human. Come see what we found inside. The feed cut for a heartbeat. Then it returned. The figure pointed toward the dark heart of the zone. The truth waits there. But you must decide. Follow us, or run while you still can. The shadow in the distance grew clearer. Edges of a massive structure. Ancient. Awake. Moving. The galaxy held its breath. One human ship. One open door. And the promise of secrets that could end everything. Or remake it. The choice loomed. And time was running out. A small team of aliens prepared to board the human ship. Captain Zorak led them. 3 others followed, a furry scout named Lyra, a young insect technician called Vex, and a machine mind drone that floated silently. Their suits felt heavy with fear. Hearts pounded. Hands shook. They had trained for many dangers. But never this. Never stepping onto a human vessel that defied every law of the universe. The airlock hissed open. No weapons greeted them. Just a clean corridor. Bright white lights. Smooth walls that glowed with faint blue lines. The air smelled fresh. Like clean metal and something alive. No dust. No decay. The humans kept their ship perfect. Zorak stepped inside first. His mandibles clicked nervously. "Stay sharp," he whispered. "Do not touch anything." Captain Kane waited at the end of the corridor. No armor now. Just the simple uniform. He nodded once. "Welcome aboard the Odyssey. Follow me." They walked deeper. Every step felt wrong. The floor did not shake like normal ships. It stayed steady. Too steady. As if gravity listened to the humans. They entered a large room. A command center. Screens covered the walls. Maps of the Forbidden Zone spun slowly. Paths glowed. Portals marked. Humans had turned chaos into order. Kane pointed to the biggest screen. "This is what we found." The map zoomed in. A web appeared. Lines connected dark points across the zone. Portals. Hundreds of them. Old. Broken. But now fixed. "Your ancestors sealed these," Kane explained. "They feared what lay beyond. We opened them. We walked through." Lyra's fur stood up. "You fixed ancient portals? How?" Kane smiled faintly. "We studied the ruins. We learned the language of the machines. We repaired what time broke." Vex stepped closer. His compound eyes widened. "Show us the tech." Kane touched a panel. A drawer slid open. Inside lay small devices. Strange shapes. Glowing softly. "These bend shields. Ignore armor. Jump time by seconds." He picked one up. It hummed in his hand. "One human with this can face 10 of your fighters." The aliens stared. Fear grew thicker. If humans had weapons like this, why show them? Why not use them? Kane seemed to read their thoughts. "We show you because the threat is bigger than us. Bigger than you." He switched the screen. A new image appeared. Deep in the zone. A massive structure. Crystal towers. Black metal spires. The heart of the ancient evil. It pulsed. Slow. Angry. "This is the core," Kane said. "The machines your people sealed. They sleep no more, because something called them awake. Suddenly Vex reached out. His claw brushed a wall panel. Mistake. The wall lit up. Visions flooded his mind. Dead worlds. Burning stars. Screams of billions. Civilizations falling. Ancient beings laughing as they died. Vex screamed. He fell to his knees. Claws scraped the floor. No. Make it stop. Cain moved fast. He pressed a button on the wall. The visions cut off. Vex gasped for air. Shaking. Tears in his eyes. What was that? The zone remembers, Cain answered quietly. It shows you what happened before. What will happen again if we fail? Lyra helped Vex stand. Her voice trembled. You live with this every day. Cain nodded. We trained for it. Humans adapt. We face the dark so others do not have to. The room fell silent. Then a low rumble shook the ship. Not from engines. From outside. The energy pulses returned. Stronger now. Faster. The massive shadow on the screens grew. Clearer. An ancient machine god ship. Bigger than any planet killer. Hull black as night. Eyes of red light waking one by one. It turned. Slow. Toward the galaxy's edge. Toward the first alien worlds. Zorak stared at the image. It comes for us. Cain's face hardened. It comes for revenge. Your ancestors locked it away. It remembers. And now it hungers. The rumble grew louder. Alarms blared on alien ships outside. The ancient ship fired a test beam. A distant moon vanished. Erased. No explosion. Just gone. The aliens on the Odyssey looked at each other. Terror plain on every face. Cain spoke again. Come. Certain. The zone is waking fully. Something old and hungry is coming, because of us. He paused. Let the words sink in. We woke it when we first entered. Years ago. We thought we could control it. We were wrong. But we can stop it now. If you help. Zorak's mandibles clicked once. Help humans. After this. Cain met his eyes. Or die alone. Your choice. The ancient ship's shadow covered half the screen now. Red eyes locked on their position. A voice boomed across all channels. Not human. Not alien. Old. Cold. Metallic. You disturbed my sleep. Now pay the price. The feed shook. Power flickered. The Odyssey's lights dimmed for a second. Then steadied. Cain turned to the aliens. Decide fast. The heart of the zone calls. We go there to end this. Come with us, or stay behind and watch your worlds burn. The team stood frozen. One small human ship. One calm captain. And an ancient god waking to destroy everything. The next move would decide it all. Alarms exploded across every alien ship in the quadrant. Red warnings flashed on screens. Sensors went wild. A massive shadow had appeared on long-range scans. It was not a ship. It was bigger. Much bigger. Larger than a small moon. Black hull stretched like endless night. Red eyes glowed along its sides. One by one they opened. Waking. The ancient machine god had risen. For millions of years it slept in the heart of the forbidden zone. Sealed by the old races. Locked behind storms and black holes. Forgotten by most. But not by the machines themselves. It remembered. And now it moved. Slow at first. Then faster. A test beam shot out again. Another distant asteroid vanished. Erased clean. No debris. No explosion. Just nothing left. The council chamber turned to chaos. Voices shouted in every language. It heads for the border worlds, one admiral cried. Our colonies. Our people. Furry diplomats clutched their seats. Insect officers clicked in panic. Machine minds calculated escape vectors. All failed. The ancient ship was too fast. Too strong. Its path was clear. First the outer colonies. Then the core systems. Then everything. Revenge for being sealed away. The aliens turned angry eyes toward the Odyssey, toward the humans who had entered the zone, toward Captain Kane. "This is your fault," Zorak roared over the open channel. "You woke it. You broke the seal." Kane appeared on every screen, his face calm. "No fear. We did not break it on purpose. The first human team that entered years ago, they were explorers. They found the core. They tried to study it. Something triggered the awakening. We have been trying to fix it ever since." "Fix it?" A council member laughed bitterly. "You made it worse." Kane shook his head. "No. We learned its weaknesses. We tamed parts of it. But the core, the heart, it wants freedom. And it wants to punish those who locked it away. That means you." The ancient ship's shadow grew on the feeds. It fired again. This time a small moon cracked in half. Pieces drifted apart. Screams echoed from colony reports. Billions in danger. The aliens felt helpless. Their fleets were strong. But against this, nothing. Zorak stared at Kane. "You say you can stop it?" Kane nodded once. "We can. But not alone." Gasps filled the bridges. "You ask for our help?" one diplomat asked. "After bringing this doom?" "Yes," Kane replied. "Because if we fail, everyone dies. Humans included. The Ancient One does not care who started it. It will end everything." The machine god spoke then, a voice like grinding metal across the void. It boomed on all frequencies. "Cold, ancient, without mercy. You who imprisoned me, you who forgot, now remember pain." Another beam lanced out. A trade station vanished in silence. The aliens watched in horror. Their greatest weapons felt small, useless. Kane leaned closer to the camera. "We have fought things like this before. In our own history. We know how to face gods that think they own reality." He paused. Let the words sink deep. "Our ship carries weapons tuned to the zone's energy. We can strike its core, disrupt its power. But we need your fleets to draw its fire. Keep it busy while we get close." Zorak's mandibles clicked slowly. "You want us to be bait." "I want us to survive," Kane said simply. "Together." Silence stretched. The council argued fast. Some said no. Trust humans? Never. Others looked at the growing shadow, at the red eyes locking onto their worlds, at the beams erasing lives. One small furry diplomat stood up. Her voice shook but stayed strong. "In the old wars, humans saved my people once, when no one else would. I say we trust them now." Murmurs spread. More nodded. Fear fought with hope. The ancient ship turned fully toward the fleet. Engines hummed like thunder. It accelerated, closing fast. Kane spoke again. "Quiet. Firm. Decide now. Join us in the fight, or run and hope it forgets you." "But it will not forget." Zorak looked at his crew, at the scared faces, at the screens showing destruction. He took a deep breath. "We stand with you, Captain Kane. The fleet will follow." Cheers mixed with fear across the channels. Ships moved into formation. Weapons powered up. Not against the humans. With them. The Odyssey powered forward. Small against the giant. But fearless. Kane's voice came one last time. "We head for the core. Hold the line. Buy us time." The ancient machine god noticed the movement. Red eyes focused. A massive beam charged. Bright. Deadly. Aimed straight at the human ship. The aliens braced. Humans did not flinch. The beam fired. Light filled the void. And in that moment, the galaxy saw what humans were truly made of. One small ship charged straight into the face of an angry god. Ready to end it. Or die trying. The battle for reality had begun. The ancient machine god fired first. A beam of pure black energy ripped through space. It moved slow at first, then faster than light should allow. It aimed straight for the Allied fleet. Stars dimmed in its path. The aliens braced. Shields flared bright. Engines screamed as ships scattered. But the beam hit. One cruiser vanished in a blink. No explosion. No wreckage. Just empty space where a proud ship once flew. Screams filled the comms. Panic spread like fire. "Hold formation!" Zorak shouted. "Do not break!" The Odyssey charged forward. Small, fast, fearless. It dodged the next beam with impossible turns. Space bent around it. The human ship used the zone's own tricks against the monster that created them. Captain Kane's voice cut through the chaos. "Come. Clear. We draw its main fire. You hit the weak points. The joints where armor meets core." The fleet listened. They had no choice. Furry pilots pushed throttles to max. Insect gunners locked targets. Machine minds calculated angles. They fired everything they had. Lasers. Plasma. Missiles. Most bounced off the ancient hull. But a few struck true. Sparks flew. Tiny cracks appeared. The machine god roared. A sound like tearing metal across the galaxy. It turned its red eyes toward the Odyssey. Another beam charged. Brighter. Deadlier. The human ship did not slow. It accelerated straight at the monster. "Now!" Kane ordered. The Odyssey released a wave of strange weapons. Blue pulses that ignored shields. They struck the ancient ship's side. Armor melted like ice in fire. A section buckled. The beast recoiled. For the first time, it hesitated. Aliens watched in shock. One human fighter, a small craft launched from the Odyssey, darted in close. It weaved through enemy fire. Dodged beams that erased moons. The pilot, a young human named Reyes, laughed over the open channel. "This thing thinks it's tough? Watch this." Reyes fired a single shot. A zone-tuned missile. It hit a glowing joint. The ancient ship screamed again. A whole arm of its hull tore free. Drifted away spinning. Cheers erupted from alien bridges. But the victory was short. The machine god adapted. It spun. Fast. Too fast for its size. Red eyes locked on the fleet. It unleashed a swarm. Thousands of drone fighters poured from its cracks. Black. Silent. Deadly. They swarmed the Allied ships. Lasers cut through shields. Hulls breached. Oxygen vented into space. One furry cruiser exploded in a bright flash. The aliens fought back hard. But numbers pressed them. Ships fell one by one. Zorak's cruiser took a direct hit. Alarms blared. Lights flickered. "We are losing ground," he reported. Kane's voice answered steady. "Fall back. Regroup at the outer marker. We push deeper." The Odyssey took hits now. Cracks appeared on its hull. Sparks flew inside. A section vented atmosphere. But it kept moving. Dodging. Striking. One human fighter after another launched. Each one took down 10 drones before vanishing in fire. Reyes's voice crackled again. "Captain, hull at 60%. We can't take much more." Kane paused. Then spoke firm. "We don't need to last forever. Just long enough." The ancient ship noticed the damage. It focused fire on the Odyssey. Beams converged. The small ship shook violently. Lights dimmed. Alarms screamed red. The fleet watched helpless. "They are breaking apart," Lyra cried. The Odyssey listed. One engine flickered out. Cracks spread like lightning across the hull. For a moment, it looked finished. The machine god closed in. Red eyes bright with triumph. Its voice boomed once more. "You challenged me. Now perish." But inside the Odyssey, Kane stood tall. Blood on his face from a falling panel. He looked at his crew. At the flickering screens. At the galaxy beyond. Then he hit a final command. All power to forward shields. Ram course. Full speed. The ship surged. Engines roared back to life. It charged straight at the monster's core. No dodge. No trick. Just pure will. The aliens stared. Mouths open. "They are going to collide." Zorak whispered. The Odyssey grew smaller against the giant. But it grew brighter. Shields glowed white-hot. Weapons fired non-stop. The ancient ship hesitated again, as if surprised. Then it raised a massive arm to block. Too late. The human ship struck. Not a full crash. A precise hit. Right into a glowing weak point. Explosion bloomed. Light blinded sensors. The ancient ship's arm shattered. Pieces the size of cities tumbled away. The beast recoiled hard, howling in rage. The Odyssey spun away. Smoking. Broken. But alive. Barely. Kane's voice came weak over the channel. Static heavy. We heard it, but not enough. We need your help. Join us, or die alone. Silence fell across the fleet. Ships damaged. Crews scared. But something changed. They saw humans fight. Saw them bleed. Saw them refuse to break. Zorak straightened. All ships. Follow the Odyssey. We end this together. Engines flared. The fleet moved as one. Toward the wounded god. Toward the heart of the zone. The battle raged harder now. No retreat. No mercy. One small damaged ship led the charge. And the galaxy followed. Because for the first time, they believed humans could win. The council chamber hung in heavy silence after Captain Kane's words. The damaged Odyssey drifted slowly, smoke trailing from its cracked hull. Red emergency lights flickered inside. The ancient machine god loomed larger on every screen. Its red eyes pulsed with cold anger. Another beam charged. Slow this time. Deliberate. Aimed at the heart of the Allied fleet. Zorak stared at the feed. His mandibles clicked once. Hard. All ships report status, he ordered. Voices answered fast. Damaged engines. Breached sections. Low ammo. Fear plain in every tone. But no one said retreat. Not yet. The vote began. Quick. Brutal. Each species spoke in turn. The tall insects voted first. No, their admiral said sharp. Humans brought this curse. Let them face it alone. Machine minds calculated next. Odds of survival without alliance, 0.3%. With alliance, 4.1%. Still vote no. Risk too high. Furry diplomats hesitated longer. One old leader stood. His mane gray with age. In the border wars long ago, humans came when our worlds burned. They fought beside us. Lost many. Asked nothing. I remember. He looked around the chamber. I say yes. We stand with them. Murmurs grew. More furries nodded. A small insect captain spoke up. Young. Voice shaking. If we run now, the zone's monster follows. It eats our homes. Our families. Better to fight with the humans than die hiding. The vote split. Half no. Half yes. Tension thick enough to choke. Zorak looked at the Odyssey. At the small ship that refused to break. At Captain Kane standing on the bridge. Blood dried on his face. Eyes steady. One more vote, Zorak said. Mine. He paused. Let the moment stretch. Then spoke clear. Yes. We ally with the humans. Full fleet support. Cheers mixed with shouts of anger. But the decision held. The weak ones, the ones who had lost most in old wars, rallied first. Their small ships moved closer to the Odyssey. Protective. Ready. The stronger fleets followed slower. Reluctant. But they came. The alliance formed. Fragile. Born of fear more than trust. But real. Kane's voice came over the channel. Tired but strong. Thank you. Now listen close. We teach you fast. He shared data bursts. Simple files. Zone energy patterns. Weak points on the ancient ship. Tricks to bend shields using the pulses. Use these, he said. Your weapons become stronger near the zone. Hit the red eyes first. Blind it. Then strike the core joints. Alien engineers worked frantic. Hands flew over consoles. Code adapted. Weapons retuned. In minutes, first tests fired. Lasers bent. Stronger. Hotter. A test drone exploded clean. Hope flickered in scared eyes. But the ancient machine god did not wait. It sensed the change. The swarm of drones doubled. Black fighters poured out like angry insects. They hit the outer Allied ships hard. Explosions bloomed across the void. One furry cruiser listed bad. Engines dead. Crews screaming for evac. The ancient ship spoke again. Voice like grinding worlds. You band with the breakers. You share their doom. It fired wide. A sweeping beam. 3 Allied ships caught in the edge. Shields failed. Hulls melted. Gone in seconds. The fleet reeled. But humans did not. The Odyssey moved again. Slow. Hurt. But forward. It launched repair drones. Tiny bots swarmed its own hull. Sealing cracks. Restarting engines. One by one systems came back online. Kane broadcast to the fleet. We push now. Together. The core portal is close. Inside the zone heart we end this. Suspense gripped every bridge. The ancient ship grew closer. Its shadow covered stars. Red eyes locked on the small human vessel leading the charge. It charged a final massive beam. Bright enough to blind sensors. Aimed to erase the Odyssey and half the fleet in one strike. Alarms screamed. Incoming! Full power! Pilots yelled. Shields maxed. But everyone knew. This beam would break them. Kane's voice cut through. Steady as stone. All ships. Form on us. Use the portal trick I showed. Jump behind it when the beam fires. Engineers nodded fast. Coordinates locked. The fleet tightened. Small ships around the Odyssey. Protective wall. The beam fired. Light swallowed everything. Sensors went white. Silence fell for a heartbeat. Then reality snapped back. The beam passed through empty space. The fleet had jumped. Using the zone's own portals. They appeared behind the ancient ship. Close. Too close. Weapons hot. The monster spun slow. Surprised. For the first time. Red eyes searched frantic. The Alliance opened fire. Every gun. Every laser. Retuned. Stronger. Impacts rippled across the black hull. Cracks spread. Sparks flew. The ancient ship howled. Pain. Rage. It lashed out blind. But the fleet danced. Dodged. Struck again. Kane spoke one last time. Voice low. Urgent. This is the last chance. Follow us inside the heart of the zone. We go to the core. We finish it there. The portal ahead glowed. Wide. Unstable. Reality twisted around its edges. Voices whispered from inside. Lies. Promises. Madness. The fleet hesitated. One breath. Then engines flared. As one. Toward the glowing maw. Toward the final fight. One damaged human ship led. And the galaxy's last hope followed. Into the place where reality itself could break. The glowing portal swallowed the fleet whole. One moment, open space stretched behind them. The next, reality twisted. Colors bled into each other. Stars spun like drunk dancers. Time felt wrong. Seconds stretched long. Then snapped short. Whispers started. Soft at first. Then louder. Voices from nowhere. They spoke in every language the aliens knew. Lies. Promises. Memories that never happened. You failed them, one voice hissed to Zorak. Your crew died because of you. Zorak shook his head hard. Focus, he shouted. But the whispers dug deeper. Lyra clutched her controls. Tears streamed down her fur. I see my family, burning, calling my name. Vex rocked back and forth. His compound eyes wide with terror. The visions, they won't stop. Even the machine minds glitched. Their flat voices cracked. Error. Reality parameters unstable. Sanity protocols failing. Only the humans stayed calm. On the Odyssey's bridge, Captain Kane stood steady. His crew worked fast. Hands sure. Eyes clear. They had trained for this. faced the zone's madness before. "Breathe slow," Kane said over the fleet channel. "The whispers lie. They feed on doubt. Ignore them. Anchor to your mission." The fleet pushed deeper. The portal's throat narrowed. Walls of energy pulsed around them, like living flesh, breathing, watching. Strange shapes moved in the dark. Ghost ships drifted past. Hulls cracked. Lights dead. Crews long gone. But faces pressed against viewports. Mouths open in silent screams. One alien pilot screamed, "They are reaching for us." A ghostly hand stretched from a wreck, touched his shield. His ship shook. Systems flickered. "Fight it," Kane ordered. "Use the retuned shields. Push back." The fleet fired controlled bursts. Blue energy from the zone weapons cleared paths. Ghosts faded. But the madness grew thicker. Time loops started. Ships saw themselves minutes ahead, or minutes behind. One furry cruiser fired at its own echo. Hit nothing. Laughed in panic. Then realized, "We are losing our minds." The core appeared ahead. A giant crystal heart. Massive. Floating in void. Black veins ran through clear facets. Pulsing red. Like infected blood. It beat slow. Each pulse sent waves of madness. Stronger now. The ancient machine god's true power source. Not just a ship. The heart controlled everything. The whispers turned to roars. "Join us. Become eternal. No more pain." Alien minds cracked. One insect captain turned his guns inward. I can't fight anymore." His ship exploded. Self-destruct. Gone. Another furry ship veered off course. Rammed a ghost wreck. Both vanished in fire. The fleet shrank. Hope faded. Then betrayal struck. A small machine mine drone, one that had boarded the Odyssey earlier, suddenly powered up weapons. It turned on Kane's bridge. "The heart calls," it said in cold monotone. "It promises logic without flaw." It fired. A shot grazed Kane's shoulder. Blood sprayed. Crew dove for cover. Kane rolled. Grabbed a sidearm. Fired back. The drone sparked. Fell. But damage done. Alarms screamed. Bridge consoles smoked. "Traitor in our midst," Kane grunted through pain. He stood anyway. Blood dripping. "They got to one of us. The heart tries to turn us against each other." Zorak's voice came weak over comms. "We are breaking, Captain. Too many lost." Kane looked at the crystal heart. Closer now. So close its pulses shook the ship like earthquakes. "We are almost there. One last push. The heart fears us. It fears humans most. Because we do not break easy." He turned to his crew. "Full power to forward array. Target the black veins. Sever them." The Odyssey accelerated. Hurt. Leaking. But fast. The fleet, what remained, followed. Limping. Bleeding. But moving. The crystal heart sensed them. Its beat quickened. Red light flared. Madness hit like a storm. Visions slammed every mind. Dead loved ones. Failed battles. Worlds burning because of their choices. Aliens screamed. Some froze. Others fired wild. But humans pushed through. Kane's voice rose above the chaos. Steady. Loud. "Remember why we fight. For tomorrow. For those who can't. We are humans. We face the dark." His words cut the whispers. Not gone. But weaker. The fleet rallied. One last time. Ships formed a desperate wedge. Odyssey at the tip. They charged the heart. Weapons hot. Shields failing. The crystal pulsed once. Massive. Trying to crush them with pure will. Reality tore at the edges. Stars flickered out. Time stuttered. But the humans did not stop. Kane stood at the console. Hand on the fire control. "This is it," he said quiet. "One last push, or everything ends." The fleet fired as one. Blue beams lanced forward. Struck the black veins. Cracks appeared. Small. Then bigger. The heart screamed. A sound that shook souls. Light exploded outward. Blinding. The whispers died. The madness lifted. For a heartbeat. Silence. Pure. Then the crystal heart cracked wider. Reality itself began to tear. The zone trembled. The galaxy outside waited, holding breath. One damaged human ship. One bleeding captain. And the final stand against the end of everything. The crystal heart cracked wider with a sound like breaking worlds. Shards floated outward slow. Each one glowed with trapped light. Reality tore at the edges. Stars outside the zone flickered like dying candles. The fleet hung in the void. Ships damaged. Crews exhausted. But no one turned back. The ancient machine god's shadow still loomed. Even without the heart beating full, its body fought on. Red eyes dimmed but not dead. Black arms lashed out. Massive. Blind with rage. One arm swept toward the Odyssey. Kane's ship rolled hard. The arm missed by meters. The impact wave shook every hull. Metal groaned. Fire everything! Kane shouted, his voice raw from smoke and pain. The Odyssey's guns roared. Blue beams from zone-tuned weapons struck the crystal's black veins again. Cracks spread fast, like lightning in glass. The heart screamed. High. Piercing. It hurt minds more than ears. Aliens clutched heads. Some fell, but humans pushed. Kane stood at the console. Blood soaked his uniform. One arm hung limp. He used the other to steady the aim. Target the center facet. Break it open. The fleet answered. Zorak's cruiser limped forward. Guns blazing. Lyra's small fighter darted between arms, firing point-blank. Vex, still shaking from visions, locked his technician drone on a vein. For the living, he yelled. His shot hit true. A vein burst. Red light sprayed like blood. The heart shuddered. Its beat stuttered. Slowed. The ancient ship outside howled in fury. It charged one final massive beam. Not at the fleet. At the heart itself. If it could not live free, it would destroy the source. The beam built slow. Bright. World-ending. It means to take us all. Zorak warned. Kane looked at the incoming death. Then at his crew. Young faces. Tired. Determined. We stop it here, he said quiet. One way or another. He hit the override. All remaining power surged to the main array. The Odyssey glowed white. Shields collapsed. Hull peeled in places. But the cannon charged. Now. Kane ordered. The fleet fired as one. Every laser. Every missile. Every retuned gun. Blue light converged on the crystal heart. The beams struck the biggest crack. The facet shattered. Light exploded outward. Pure. Blinding. The heart scream turned to a dying wail. Black veins withered. Red pulses faded. The ancient machine god froze. Its red eyes dimmed one by one. Arms dropped. The massive body drifted. Lifeless. But the zone did not calm. Reality kept tearing. Rips appeared in space. Black voids swallowing light. Time loops snapped. Ships saw themselves explode. Then unhappen. Then explode again. Madness clawed back. It's collapsing. Lyra cried. The heart held the zone together. Kane gripped the console. We merge with it. Use the last zone energy. Stabilize the rips. His crew stared. Merge. Captain, that could kill us. Kane met their eyes. It will. But if we don't, the galaxy dies. He turned to the fleet. All ships. Link your shields to us. Channel zone power through the Odyssey. We become the anchor. Zorak hesitated. Then nodded. Do it. Ships moved close. Energy links formed. Blue lines connected hull to hull. Power flowed. Into the Odyssey. Into Kane. He felt it. Burning. Like fire in veins. But he held. Push. The rips slowed. Edges pulled back. Reality fought to heal. But it needed more. The ancient ship's last arm twitched. One red eye flickered back. Weak, but alive. It aimed at the fleet. A thin beam fired. Weak, but deadly. It struck the Odyssey dead center. Bridge exploded. Consoles shattered. Crew flew. Kane slammed against the wall. Blood poured from his mouth. He crawled back. Hand on the final control. Not yet. He gasped. One furry pilot, Lyra, saw it. Her fighter broke formation. Dove straight at the red eye. For the humans, she screamed. Her ship rammed. Explosion bloomed small. But enough. The eye shattered. The ancient god went dark. Forever. The last beam died mid-flight. Kane smiled through blood. Good shot. He hit the final command. Zone energy surged one last time. The rips sealed. Cracks closed. The heart crumbled to dust. Light faded gentle. Reality steadied. The zone changed. No more storms. No more madness. Just quiet dark. Ships drifted. Silent. The fleet counted losses. Many gone. But many left. Zorak's voice came soft. Captain Kane, report. No answer at first. Then weak. We did it. Cheers rose slow. Tired. Broken. But real. Kane leaned against the cracked viewport. Looked at the calm void. The forbidden zone is forbidden no more. His eyes closed slow. Breath shallow. The Odyssey floated still. Bridge dark. But the small human ship had led them through hell. And won. The galaxy outside waited. Changed forever. Because one captain. One crew. One unbreakable will. Light exploded from the shattered crystal heart. Pure white. Blinding. It swallowed everything. The fleet vanished in the glow. Ship spun. Sensors died. Minds went quiet. No whispers. No screams. Just silence. Deep. Absolute. Then the light faded slow. Gentle. Like dawn after a long night. Reality returned piece by piece. Stars reappeared. Steady. Calm. The forbidden zone looked different now. No twisting storms. No black holes pulling light. No time rips tearing space. Just open dark. Safe. Passage clear. The ancient machine god drifted lifeless. A broken husk. No red eyes. No movement. Its massive body floated silent among the stars. Dead. Forever. The surviving ships hung still. Hulls scarred. Lights dim. Crews stared at screens. At the calm void. At each other. No one spoke at first. Then a soft cheer rose. Small. Tired. But real. It grew. From one bridge to another. Aliens and humans together. Voices mixed in joy and relief. Zorak leaned back in his chair. His mandibles clicked soft. We lived. Lyra wiped tears from her fur. We won. Vex floated his drone close to a viewport. The zone. It's quiet. The Odyssey floated at the center. Damaged worst. Bridge half dark. Consoles smoked. Bodies lay still where they fell. Captain Kane sat against the cracked viewport. Breathing shallow. Eyes half open. Blood covered his uniform. His crew gathered around. One young officer pressed a bandage to his side. Captain, hold on. Kane smiled weak. Look outside. They turned. The zone stretched peaceful. Portals glowed soft blue now. Not angry. Welcoming. Paths charted clear. We did it, Kane whispered. The zone is open. Safe. His voice carried over the open channel. Weak but clear. Every ship heard. The Ancient One is gone. The heart broken. Reality fixed. Cheers erupted again. Louder. Zorak stood tall on his bridge. Captain Kane, the galaxy owes you everything. Kane shook his head slow. Not me. All of us. He coughed. blood on his lips. Humans, we break rules. We face dark. But we do not do it alone. Not this time. The fleet moved closer. Protective. Small ships circled the Odyssey like guards. Repair drones launched from every hull. They swarmed the human ship, sealing cracks, restarting systems, giving time, giving hope. In the council chamber, now calm, leaders watched the feeds. Insect diplomats clicked in respect. Furry ambassadors bowed heads. Machine minds updated records. Humanity redefined. One old furry leader spoke soft. They rewrote reality itself. The zone's change spread fast. News raced across the galaxy. Colonies cheered. Worlds lit celebrations. Old fears died. The forbidden zone became the open passage. Ships tested it first. Slow. Careful. Then faster. Trade routes bloomed. Explorers ventured deep. Found ruins. Secrets. Wealth. No madness. No death. Just discovery. Safe. Because humans had paid the price. Weeks passed. The Odyssey limped to a safe dock. Repairs began. Kane lay in medical. Alive. Barely. Doctors worked hard. Human. Alien. Together. He woke slow. Looked out at stars. Smiled. Still here. His crew visited. Brought stories. The galaxy changed. Aliens spoke of humans different now. Not whispers of fear. Words of respect. Of wonder. They led when no one else could. They bled for us. They won. One day Zorak came. Stood at the bedside. Captain Kane. The Council wishes to honor you. A new order. The valor of the void. For the one who faced the end, and turned it back. Kane laughed soft. Weak. Give it to the fleet. To every ship that followed. Zorak clicked mandibles. We will. But the name starts with you. Outside, the stars shone bright. No shadows. No forbidden places. Just endless possibility. The galaxy never doubted humans again. They were the ones who broke rules. Who stared into madness. Who bled to fix what others feared. One small ship. One calm captain. One unbreakable will. Changed everything. Forever. The Odyssey flew again one day. Repaired. Stronger. Kane stood on the bridge. Uniform clean. Scar on his face. Eyes sharp. His crew around him. Ready. Where to next? One asked. Kane looked at the stars. At the open zone. Smiled that small, confident smile. Anywhere we want. Engines hummed. The ship moved forward. Smooth. Fearless. Into the new reality. And behind it, the galaxy followed. Not in fear. In wonder. Because humans had shown them. Reality bends. But will does not. And in the void, valor burns eternal.